Hey there, folks. Wanted to walk you through what your setup looks like as we're starting to get into a recording session for one of our pieces for band. With the Don't Know Why project open, you'll see there are a few tracks laid down. What you're going to want to get familiar with is a few of the controls within Soundtrap. Okay. First off, what you're going to want to look at is making sure that your metronome is on. This is going to be our reference and our anchor point for all of the recordings that we're doing. We need to be able to line things up, and the metronome is our common timekeeper throughout all of your recordings. As you will see, we've got the reference tracks going on. Right now, I'm going to mute these guys and just work with a new track. From where we're at here, you are going to be able to add a new track, and you're going to click voice and microphone. The first thing that I would like you to do is not to use computer mic enhancer, as that adds a bunch of reverb, and we don't need extra noise or echoes. So you're going to click left and use voice clean. From here, then you're going to double check that your volumes are at an appropriate level. When you're doing this, you're going to want to play at your most full volume so that the microphone knows where the peak of your sound is, and it will adjust accordingly above and below. I'm going to hit start test and play something that's quite full sounding, quite loud. All right, you sound great. Thanks, Soundtrap. My daughter doesn't seem to think so. We fixed the volume levels to prevent clipping and distortion. Okay. My volume check is good. I've got my preset going on, no reverb, pan is in the middle, volume is mostly high. What I'm going to do is start a recording, and we'll see what, we're going to reset the track to the beginning and see what's going on. Here, double check some of your metronome settings. We're going to use 72 as the tempo for our track. Realizing that that's a little slower than we might have played it before, but that's going to be what we'll start with. In the little gear icon for some settings, we can turn the volume up. If you're listening to a lot of tracks, that might want to come through. If you need something a little bit different sound, a tick, hi-hat, or clave, and you can control the count in. If you want 2 measures, that would be 8 counts, or 1 measure for 4 counts. You can turn it off, but that's not recommended. I'm going to use 2 measures of count in, and we'll start recording. What you're going to hear is me playing, but you're not going to hear the metronome. I've got my headphones on so that I can hear the metronome, and it doesn't come through in the recording that the computer picks up. So from here, I'm going to hit record, and 1 second, because I've got to get, let's do a tenor sax part. Let's do a trumpet 4 part. And as I pull that up, we're just going to do the first couple measures. Got that going. I'm going to go here, hit start recording. It's going to count me in. 2, 3, 4. 2, ready. You would want to get, I'm going to close this and kind of see what shows up here. Right now, I've got this little R button, can help us with record mode for the track. We're going to have that selected, and we can turn it on or off. If I play this back, Okay, I like the way that that sounds, and I think that is a good representation of what it's supposed to sound like. So what I'm going to do from there is see if it matches and lines up with the rest of my tracks. Right now, I've got the other tracks muted, but I can click those and turn them back on. You can see that they get highlighted. And we're going to try this again. We'll unclick that, and we can hear how it sounds all together. All right. So there is a quick overview of what the process looks like as you're recording your parts into Soundtrap. We are really looking forward to getting good quality audio recordings. For a more advanced user, we can import an audio from, say, Audacity or GarageBand, maybe with a little bit more control over some of the aspects of the sound. I hope this is helpful and gets you off on the right start. We're going to be looking for Don't Know Why to get recorded in the first 23 measures in the next week and a half or so.